A missing person report is out for Captain Kieron Pollard. Are you start this?
Well, we would almost say him alone missing. The entire top order batsmen missing too.
Welcome, Sports Nation, to Sports DTM, the sports channel where we call sports down the middle. You can expect the latest in sports news, views, and reviews from our resident analysts. No sports topic is too controversial, and no team or player is above criticism. So just smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on our balanced offering of riveting sports content. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Welcome to Sports DTM.
Greetings, Sports DTM fans, and welcome to another episode of Sports Down the Middle, your channel of undiluted sports content. Raymond and I are here to talk about the just concluded third ODI between the West Indies and India. Raymond, another disappointing match for us. Waking up so early to watch a performance like this is never good.
No, Kurt, it's never good. It's almost as if on one hand you had cancellation, and on the other hand you had whitewash. And believe me, I swear West Indies say whitewash for 2000. Because they must pretty much just give it all up and ended up with a whitewash. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best of games, believe me.
So going into the final match, West Indies down 2-0 in the series. We expected them to at least play for pride. India won the toss and elected to bat first. West Indies, of course, made one change, not the change that we expected, Raymond, as Hussein, who has been the star player in the matches before, was replaced by Walsh Jr. Were you surprised the captain still missing as well?
Yeah, of course. I'm surprised that Walsh Jr. actually came in. I thought that given how well Hussein was playing, unless you figure you're going to give him a rest, you would have him actually still being in the team. And also to have Walsh Jr. come in for him, it just boggles me. And then now with Pollard not being there, to be honest, I'm not so surprised on that. If he wasn't included in the match before, I can't imagine him coming in now. I mean, what is there? And since then pick whitewash for 2000, clearly he wouldn't be there.
So India won the toss and decided to bat, and India put up a very competitive score. Not a match-winning score at this point, 265 or 50 overs with 20 extras at 5.3 runs per over required to win this match. We saw Sharazaya top scoring with 80, coming in. This is his first game. Pant 56, but the middle order for India held it together to get a score of 265.
Yeah, Kirk. So what you're seeing is pretty much the top order, the first three persons not putting on much runs, but the persons in the stands, they watch the game and realize what is needed of them when coming. They know that they needed some stabilization, and they actually came in, and you see almost two different segments of batting. First order collapse, and then the rest, some little stabilization and almost consolidation into ascendancy. So that's what you see happening with the rest of the batsmen who came in, seeing, Kohli going for a duck and all of that. They realize what's needed, and I guess the mental fortitude of the Indians pretty much came out here, and they batter currently. Also, to point out, the extras is great. I mean, you normally expect to see, at least 10 or something like that. But, going extras at 20 shows a little bit of indiscipline by the bowlers. Well, not beating them too bad, but, yeah, that shows a little bit of indiscipline.
I mean, with the exception of Kemar Roach, and Kemar will always be under the microscope because he was brought in after not playing for almost 3 years. Joseph, opening the bowling, got the experienced players. Kohli for Ducks, right? And Sharma for 13. I mean, at that point, we're looking for the future and building. Joseph is one of those players, but certainly having a player like Kemar Roach pulling them back is not a good sight. And the overall bowling performance of the West Indies bowlers, we saw Older 4 for 34. Another excellent performance by Older, and I would say an excellent performance by the bowlers to restrict India at home for 265 in a 50-over match. A score like this you can beat off in a 20 overs.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, you guys all remember the 230 to 224 or something of the sort were put up against England in T20. So, it's almost as if I said it. If they batted like a T20 score or a T20 match, they pretty much become closer and could possibly eclipse because you have more ball to face. So it would almost be easier for them if they had that mindset. But kudos to Holder. Excellent bowling. I have to highlight his performance because when he don't play good, we beat him. So in scenarios like this, even though he didn't do much with the bat or with the ball, he was excellent. Still questioning the inclusion of Kemar Roach. Still questioning it, but it is what it is.
I mean, you just mentioned all that haven't done it with the bat, but just to point out that he's the leading run scorer for the West Indies in this series with 65 runs. And when you have Older batting at 7 or 8 and he's the leading run scorer, then this not look good. And if we look at the way the West Indies batted, again, the top order failed miserably. Hope 5, King 14, Bravo is highest ODI score in almost a year, 19 off 30. Brooks failed, a fat golden duck. Puran sticked around a little, and we expected the middle order to carry this. The experienced players, 34 of 39. It looked horrible at 86 for 7. 86 for 7. Thanks to Joseph, Smith, and Walsh. There was a little bit of respect.
Yeah.
Our fight with the tail wagging to 169 all out. Again, not facing batting out your entire overs at 37 overs and 1 ball.
As you said, the tail wagging the dog in this case. It's amazing that Smith comes in so far down and pretty much top score. It's almost as if Smith came in and took up a T20 challenge and put all of the top order batsmen to shame and putting up 36. If it wasn't for them, as you said, we'd have a score possibly closer to almost, barely scraping over into 100. Also, person saying we're beating Bravo and the entire team is not performing. It's not so much beating Bravo, but we understand Bravo talent, and he's not getting any form now. And to me, he's holding a position with other players who we need to look at. Bravo had done his time, and right now he's not on any form. It's either one or two things. It's either try to get back the form that we know of him, or just leave it alone and allow other younger players to come up. With not doing that, we would always beat him because we know the talent of Bravo, and we want to see him do really, really well. So it's not so much beating on him, but we just know, say, him need for the better. And for Allen now, from the injury Fabian Allen sustained, he's yet to show the all-round form that we expected of him prior to the injury. And so he's struggling a bit. In fact, he's struggling a lot when you see another duck and not so much with the bowling either. That's also another disappointment.
And just to touch on that Bravo scenario again, and you mentioned that persons complained that we're beating Bravo bad, but Bravo is 33 years old. He has played 122 matches for the West Indies, scored just over 3,000 runs. I don't know if that is an acceptable performance for a career that promises a lot. And we know the technical abilities of Bravo. Average 30, low 30 points, some 400, 1850s. That sums up his career. And now playing in a team that requires experienced batters, he's not holding up his hand and performing. His highest score in this match, 19. This is the highest score he has given the West Indies, playing in the last 6 or 7 matches, 19, almost a year span, and their highest score 19. He deserves to be called out on this performance.
Yeah, of course. Most definitely, especially when persons keep saying that West Indies have a batting problem. Having Bravo in the side with some experience around the batting, we'll figure that he will do some consolidation and even help, load up some scores and help with, help tutor and get the other younger players, getting on their way quicker. But that's not what we're seeing. We're seeing slow batting. We're seeing low scores continuous. And so the batting problem of the West Indies can continue. And it's not so much alone Bravo, but we have to call him out as the talent he has. He is one of the person where we were expecting to actually help the team from an experience standpoint as well as even putting up the scores.
Definitely. And when you look at the partnerships, and it is important when you're chasing a score of 265, it is important that you build partnership. You don't have to go all swinging for boundary, but just rotation and strike, because you require just 5.3 runs per over, less than a run a ball. At the top of the order, Hope and King 19, Bravo and King 6, Brooks and Bravo 0, Bravo and Puran, who as we mentioned before, ask of them a lot. 43, older 8, older Puran 8, Puran Allen 1. We started to look a little better when Joseph and Smith got together, 40 off 30. Walsh and Joseph, 47 off 77. But even though we were still in the match in terms of runs required and balls in hand, we still did out of the game totally.
Yeah. You can see that the partnerships were all broke down. Also, you could see the amount of balls faced and the runs put up. Some balls were wasted, but as you said, it's less than one run a ball, and so changing the strike and ensuring that you are able to actually try put a run on the board each time would show a better results and show this chart with great improvement. It's stark for me that the top order is where the biggest problems were. It clear at the tail end they took it on as a T20 assignment, and so you could say excellent partnership and high scoring and efficiency, so to speak. That's what you saw from the tail end, because they took it on as a T20 assignment, and maybe at some part that's probably what the top order should have done. So I'm expecting, or I expected at the top order, first two persons pretty much, try and put some pressure on the bowler. If they're unable to get, bat out a majority of the overs, are not able to put up serious runs on them out, in the middle order we come in now and stabilize, and then push the ball around and stuff like that. And then at a certain point they will try and bat and try to hit the boundaries and to increase the run rate, especially if the run rate dropped too low. But yeah, that wasn't the case. And the partnership is a stark reminder of who was actually putting up the runs.
And of course, Pollard name wasn't on the list before, nor was it on this list. And we saw, while the match was going on, a report circulating on social media, Raymond. Kieron Pollard, age 34, height 1.85 meters, last seen in Shahal's pocket. Please contact the West Indies. Where this come from? I want to go on this.
So the height is correct and the age is. So if anybody's seen him, just let us know. But don't go check Shahal's pocket. Please, people, don't go check Shahal's pocket. It's clear Shahal's been owning him in this series, and so him rather not face Shahal and the Indian. But boy, jeez. He will surface. T20 is up next, and I imagine that West Indies tend to do better in that format of the game, because they they pretty much don't have to think a lot. They must bat. And so that comes a lot of heroics. So he would show up by then. Shahal, I guess, would release him by that time.
And if you're going to try to search Charles' pocket, that is attempted robbery, and you might find yourself missing as well. But the entire top order, captains, there wasn't any strategy as far as I could see going into this series, and we failed miserably because the batters play some batter pan catch. Them left them brain at the West Indies. Them left them thinking in the West Indies. They left a lot of things here and went to India. I don't know. This was a perfect opportunity for them to put them name at the top of the IPL auction, and they just failed to do so. I don't know, them rich already.
And not to mention get some points. But I guess that's not the aim to get any points. We're just probably playing at the playoffs and go and get some practice, clearly.
But at the end of the day, India batted first, 50 overs, 265. All out. Older 4 for 34. West Indies had an opportunity to play for some pride and get a win in. They failed miserably at 169 all out. Failed again to bat out their entire allotment of overs. Smith batting at number 8, 36 off 18. Puran, 34 off 39, playing as the captain. And Joseph, 29 off 56, as India ran away easy victor at 90 with 96 runs, winning by 96 runs. Fans out there, we would love to hear from you. What's your thoughts on the performance of the West Indies, performance of the captain, the performance of the top order, the performance of the bowlers, performance of Bravo and Roach in particular? Leave all those comments in the comment section below. Who you think we need to kick out of that squad here and who never have to play again? Just leave those comments in the comment section below. And always remember to like, to share, and to subscribe. And to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell all of them friends to come and join the Sports DTM family. Raymond and I signing out. Be blessed.